Guess who's back? Back again. Panda's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Panda's back. Share on Facebook, post on Reddit, tweet on Twitter. Don't know where I'm going with this. Okay, that was weird. I went from a Eminem reenactment to some sort of crazy melodramatic soap opera thing. Like, yeah. Anyway guys, what's up? It's Panda here. I'm very sorry about the big gap between videos recently. Like I said, I did not have time in the weekend to... Well, actually, I didn't have my laptop with me the whole weekend, so I had no access to actually upload my videos, even if I had any recorded, which I didn't, admittedly, but I didn't have it anyway. And I didn't record yesterday either, so you didn't get a video yesterday, only because of the fact that I wasn't feeling up to it, you know, and I'm hoping you know by now that I would much rather not upload the day that I'm not feeling good and, you know, wait till I am feeling good to do an upload and it actually be good content that I'm giving to you, rather than upload on or record on a bad day where I'm not really feeling that great and the content is therefore no longer as good. I mean, you don't know this because I haven't recorded bad content. Well, I hope I haven't, but in my eyes at least, I haven't recorded on a bad day where I just feel like all I'm doing is talking. I don't really, you know, chuck any jokes into the story at all and that sort of thing. But I did try and record yesterday, but I got about 10 minutes in and thought, no, this is just horrible. So I trashed that idea and I'm doing it today because I'm feeling much better. Much better. It's amazing what sleep will do for you. And water, don't forget water. Water is fantastic. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? It has been quite a while. Before I get started, I chased my dog around the damn backyard for a good half hour or so just before, trying to get him inside, because I know every time I record, if I haven't got him inside, he'll come round to my window and go sorry headphone users if that just blasted your ears out. That's what he will do if I don't let him inside, and so I had to close the doors, make sure he's inside, but no doubt, I'm sure he will, he'll go to the door and bark to be let out anyway, so, you know, either way I'm fucked. But I'm alone. I'm home alone here with the dog included, I guess. You can't really call that another person because, well, it's not... I don't know what I'm talking about. Shut up and just get on with the story, is what you're telling me. Through the grogginess of a freshly awakened mind, I can observe my surroundings only one thing at a time. That rhymed. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. The morning light shining from the skylight is bright and sky-coloured. It reflects from the white walls and the colourful posters and paintings. I hope nobody at school realised that I spent the night here. They didn't find out last time, so I am feeling confident about my chances. My neck is stiff and my shoulders are hurting like hell from sleeping in an awkward position like that. Oh, that's right, we kind of slept with Rin. A very awkward, eventful night that was. It was very strange. I don't think I've ever had no, I don't think no one is ever going to have a night like that. That's very strange. You know, you walk in a room, this chick's just sort of sitting there. You know, she may have arms or she may not, doesn't matter. But, you know, she's sitting there, she kind of, you know, quote unquote, doing her business. But she's sort of sobbing at the same time, and then she wants you to finish the job. Yeah, to be quite honest, I don't think I really want to get into that situation. It's a little bit strange. A nice voice break, by the way, Panda. I can't even remember when I fell asleep. Only the full moon and Rin, warm against me. Oh. I can't remember her waking up either, leaving my side. However, she has. Rin is standing in the middle of the atelier, looking as if she was lost. She's not looking at anything I can see, not doing anything, just standing there. So, what you're trying to say is she's just doing what she always does. Completely clueless. She's managed to dress up a little by herself. A strange thing. I thought that at least would have been impossible without hands. Oh, ha, ha, ha. You're only thinking that because you wanted to do that, buddy. Hey, Rin, you want me to, you know, put your bra on and your panties? You need me to do that? I think you need some help with that, don't you? Look, I know you've already got clothes on, but are you sure you got them on the right way around? Do you want me to check? I can check for you if that's what you need. I mean, here, let me just do it for you, alright? Let me just... Okay, maybe not. If she puts up a fight, that's rape. I get up and walk to her, patting her on the shoulder to get her attention. What up, my nigga? She flinches at the contact. I've never seen Rin flinch, or maybe it's because we said what up, my nigga. Rin looks a bit panicky, a bit anxious, a bit defensive. It's as if she was a completely different person last night. Perhaps she was. My heart drops straight down to my stomach, full of liquid nitrogen. That's an odd stomach full of things to have. I'm sort of sorry. Why sorry? It wasn't very tactful of me, you know, last night. But isn't that sort of thing something you want? Because you like me? So blunt. I am completely baffled by Rin's approach to this. No, even if it was, I think I'd prefer for things to go properly. Rin cocks her head, looking like she has no idea what I'm talking about. She still has this guarded feel about her, but nothing belies in any real emotion. So you don't want to do that sort of thing? I didn't say that. So you do. I didn't say that either. Listen, it doesn't even matter. I just don't think it was the best thing I could have done in that situation, and I tried to apologise. I wonder for whose benefit I'm trying to come clear with these feelings. I don't even know why I'm feeling so terribly guilty. Maybe. I don't think it was a very good idea either. Probably. It's like you said. We are not like that. We are friends. It was a bad idea. Maybe you should forget about it and I will too. I'm really good at forgetting things, so it should be alright with me. I can't do that. Why? Because I like you, that's why. I told you that you shouldn't talk about that. I don't agree. Besides, you brought it up yourself before. I hold my hand up and pinch the bridge of my nose in frustration. I have no idea how to get to Rin to understand. FYI, if you ever have a headache, pinch the bridge of your nose. Relieves the pain. Telling you, it works. Next time you get a headache, just think of what Panda said. I hate that Rin can't clearly tell what she feels about anything. I hate that she's sending these confusing signals, as if she's expecting me to read her mind. Do you hate me? She actually thinks about this for some time. I don't hate anything. I don't think I'm a hateful person. Then what am I to you? Help me understand. I try to sound as reasonable as I can, but I don't know if it will help. Rationally thinking, this is the only way to get her to understand my point of view. Problem is, rationality never was a thing for Rin. It doesn't restrict her like it restricts me. It's not her driving force. It doesn't make her behave like a normal person. I can't. Same answer. I feel so powerless. I feel frustrated. Why? I don't think you'd understand, and I'm not sure if I do. Okay, this may potentially be a very big choice, so we gon' save! Create new save state, okay. Alright, so what are our options here? I don't think you'd understand, I'm not sure if I do. I need to understand, then explain. See, Rin's choices are always very... they sound very familiar, so it's quite hard to sort of decide which one would be better. Okay, hang on, let me think about this for a second. I don't think you'd understand. I'm not sure if I do. I need to understand, then explain. No, see, if we say then explain, then she's gonna be like, I can't, and then that'll be the end of the story right there. Well, not the story, but that'll be the end of the conversation as such. I need to understand. Yeah, I'm gonna go with I need to understand. Sounds more dramatic. I need to understand why. I'm not going to give up, you know. Rin's shoulders slump and she frowns. I know. I do want to be there for you, but I can't do that unless I know how. Just let me do this thing the way I want. That's all. Fine. I don't care. You want it to change? You want it to destroy yourself? You want this exhibition more than anything, right? Yes. Okay, then do it. She doesn't respond or even show acknowledgement of understanding. I'm grinding my teeth together, frustrated beyond anything I thought possible. I want to grab Rin's shoulders and shake her until she comes to her senses. I look at her, and in that moment I know with crystal clear certainty that there is nothing I can do for Rin. None of the words I know would reach her, but still. I think that for whatever reason, you think it's important that you go this way all the way to the end, even if it's not healthy for you on many different levels. But I'll have nothing to do with it. I can't accept being treated like this and not understanding the reasons for it. I'm finished here. The full weight of what I said sinks in the silent distance between us. Rin doesn't show any reaction nor even blinks her eyes. She just stares at or through me quietly. That's fine. Her voice is perfectly calm, emotionless, like an announcement that the 7:30 train will be 7 minutes late. With those words, Rin made her choice, and I made mine. If either of us secretly wanted to change our mind, it's too late for that. I take a hard look at Rin, hoping that it conveys my feelings. Without knowing whether it does or not, I leave the atelier for the last time, feeling empty and anxious like so many times before. Act 4. Dream. Well, what the fuck? I still don't understand Rin, honestly. It seems like she's rejecting me every time, but I don't know whether this is like some trickery, some magic, some wizardry. I think it's definitely some wizardry. There's something going on here. I make it in time for class, though not in time for breakfast. I think this is, by the way, this is going to probably be the full extent of my last episode. Maybe. If it's an hour or so, I'll keep it. If it's longer than an hour, I'll shorten it down. The classroom is bathing in the gentle light of the sun. This means that it's going to be an intolerably hot in the afternoon. For now, though, it's pleasant. Just like it is right now, the sun is setting, it is a pleasant afternoon, or should I say evening. It's now the evening. Oh, yes, quite. Going to go and have a cup of coffee and a fag with Sei. And Namaya. I look at Misha and Shizune's animated discussion about whatever. Hanako staring out of the classroom window. Mateo stumbling into the classroom 4 minutes late and with no recollection of what he's supposed to be teaching today. That's the kind of teacher I like. I could never imagine dropping out of school just like that, even if it's only for a few weeks. On the other hand, Rin doesn't seem to have a problem with the idea, or going through with it. Then again, somehow I got caught along in her insane isolation, even if we ended up hurting each other. Or did we? Maybe only I got hurt. I'm pretty sure it was only you got hurt. It takes me until late in the afternoon to realise that today is Monday. The art club meets today. Not just that, due to the exams, this will be the last art club meeting before summer vacation. I have no real business going there, but I want to talk with the teacher. So, I end up loitering awkwardly in front of the art room, waiting for the meeting to end. That's it for this trimester, everyone! His voice is loud enough to be heard through the door, and way too enthusiastic for it to be genuine. The next meeting is after summer vacations, on the Monday of the first week of the next term. I hope to see everyone there again. Have a nice vacation. There is a confused answering chorus of voices and the door to the classroom opens, releasing a flow of students. I wait for everyone else to leave so that I can talk to Namaya alone. It's almost dinner time, so I don't have to wait too long. Namaya is looking through the paintings, some of which are actually pretty nice. Clearly none of them must be Rin's. Ooh, burn. Yeah, that's right. I'm insulting you now, Rin, because you fucking reject me so god many times. God many times? God damn many times. That sounds better. Rin might outclass everyone else in the art club. Pfft. What? And bitchiness? But she isn't the only one with talent. Excuse me, teacher. What is it, Nakai? Where are all these voices coming from? He raises his eyebrows questioningly, smiling widely. It's about Rin. Oh, is something wrong with Tezuka? No, but... I hesitate for a split second, not certain how to say what I want to say, giving Namaya enough time to start blabbering by himself. Oh, here we go. I saw her a few days ago when I was passing by at Say's gallery. She said she'd get 1 or 2 more paintings done for the exhibition. I was quite pleased. She's a surprisingly hard worker. I'd always thought she was a bit lazy doing what she wants instead of the assignments. He seems to notice my anxiety and realizes he is digressing, shutting up before finishing the thought. Ah, but you had something to talk about. What is it? Yeah, shut your face and let me talk what I want to say. I don't know. She feels detached from everything, as if she can't think of anything but the exhibition. Well, isn't that good? She is focused on her painting, as she should be. Yeah, but this is different. It's like she's obsessed. I want to see her and... Have you been bothering her? He cuts in before I finish saying what I meant to say, instantly looking quite irritated. Oh, you pissed off the man. No, I don't think so. I'm just concerned because she's stopped coming to school completely. She feels strange too. She feels strange? You're telling the teacher she feels strange? I know what you mean, Hisao, but what if Namaya doesn't know what you mean? And he's like, my boy, are you touching my Tezuka? My student, I don't know where I was going with this. Stranger than usual at the very least. Humbug! No, I'm just gonna stick with the first one. This is much more important for her than some lousy math class or physics or whatever. This is exactly why this school is so flexible, to give every student a chance to fulfill themselves. Tezuka is a painter, so she would paint, no? And have an exhibition. That's what artists do. She should be allowed to concentrate on that. Not these other frivolous classes. She should be encouraged. If you think about it, it's really quite obvious. His counter-arguments are not very convincing, but I'm having a hard time trying to make any kind of rebuttal. My grudging silence is interpreted as assent, and Namaya turns to shuffle the stack of turned-in assignments on his desk like a deck of cards. I have to say, while we're talking about Tezuka's exhibition, I'm very excited to see how it turns out. She's still so young, yet has such wonderful skill and style. He's talking to the air, to relax the mood that got a bit too negative. I take it that you will be attending. Well, I don't know. Well, she's been a bit of a bitch to me lately. Seriously considering staying at home and fapping my night away. Well, yeah, I guess so. Well, we'll meet there next. Goodbye. I take that as my cue to leave, and I do, although I'm not happy about it. My message didn't get through, to say the least. You didn't exactly say much, to be honest, Hisao. You should have just, slapped your hand on the desk and said, "Look, Namaya, shut the fuck up and let me talk. I love Rin, but she doesn't love me. What is going on?" The day after that, all the missed opportunities and things I should have said come crashing down on me. There's nothing left to do afterwards but brood. What is brooding? Second day, I begin to feel anxious. I start doubting my doubt and it feels stupid, especially since I still can't think about anything else than Rin. You start doubting your doubt? Doubtception? What? A doubt within a doubt. Third day, Japanese exam and world history exam. Great. Fucking great. The thing I hate most about her is that she can make me feel this awful even though I should be shut up phone, focusing on entirely different stuff right now. Fourth day, math exam. We have a math exam. It goes how it goes. I don't care. Fifth day, Amaya asked me again if I will attend the exhibition opening. I can't say no to him even though I seriously want to. I just don't want to discuss with him anything Rin related, so it's just better to take the path of least resistance. Oh god. On the 6th day of Christmas, Rin gave to me. Maybe not. The day before the exhibition opening, I find Rin standing in the hallway in front of my room when I return to the dorms after dinner. The fuck do you want, bitch? You've hurt my heart enough. Go away. What are you doing here? My tone is angrier than I intended. I'm a little disappointed that I was unable to restrain myself, but it can't be helped. Rin just stands there like she just happened to coincidentally be standing around here where she has no business being. The way she reacts so coolly to everything annoys me now. This is not good. It's been 6 days and the sight of her has me boiling. She hasn't even opened her mouth yet. Yeah, this would be pissing me off too, quite honestly. Finished painting. Good for you. Is this the part where I'm supposed to give a fuck? Shouldn't you be at the gallery, preparing? They said no. I guess the gallery owner does that part then. Getting the paintings framed, hung on the walls and whatnot. So why are you here? Felt like it? The same old stupid pattern emerges again. Me asking her questions to which she replies with answers that don't answer anything. Because it's the only other way we can converse. Apart from me listening to her blabbering about whatever, which isn't really a conversation. Is this a play? Is this real life? Bro, do you even lift? Are there some unseen roles that we have unknowingly set ourselves into? Dictating the rules of engagement whenever we see each other, inevitably leading to us hurting each other? Her nonchalant answers, accompanied by even more nonchalant shrugs, leave me none the wiser. I guess I should be happy that the exhibition preparations are complete. When I walk into my room, I hear her footsteps following me in. I didn't invite her in, I won't ask her to leave. She claims my bed without asking permission, making me wish that I had taken the time to make it before I left in the morning. Then stands up again as though she sat on hot coals. I half lean against the single corner of my desktop that isn't cluttered with stuff, to rest my legs at least a little bit. Rin spends a few moments glancing curiously around my room. It makes me realise that she's never seen it before. For a moment, she actually looks like she's concentrating, trying to get everything. This must be the eye for detail that makes her an artist. Since the room is small, she quickly runs out of things to look at, but nothing else transpires, allowing the uncomfortable silence to take over the atmosphere. That uncomfortable silence. Gotta love it. The mood is chilly, to say the least, and both of us are on guard, waiting for the other to make the first move. What, are we going to attack? Have sex? What? Oh, oh, makeup sex. Maybe. Maybe? Wait, did we did we break up? We never really went out, so we can't have breakup sex. Friends with benefits? I'm just fishing by the ideas, maybe. I mean, shit, she's in my room. She got on my bed, she got up, but she was on my bed. Of course, Rin could play this game forever, so it has to be me. So I give up because she'd never try to open conversation, and because it seems that she wants to say something and I want to get it over with. Why else would she be here if she didn't want to talk? Sex. I don't know what to say myself. I want to be angry, but I can't bring myself to yell at her or anything. My voice catches her attention, and she tries to search for words as well, but it seems that she is not entirely certain as to why she's here either. And so, Rin simply takes a few steps to close the distance between us and rises on the tips of her toes to even out the height difference. It was a bad idea. Maybe you should forget about it, and I will too. It's a reflex, and almost as an afterthought, the words no, yes, and maybe simultaneously surface inside my mind. My hand is between her lips and mine, a wall that I raise to guard against something. Her breath feels warm against my fingers, the scent of her skin lingers about, the mysterious, indescribable sensation that captures me and draws my eyes deep into hers. The look in her eyes is surprise, quizzical as to why the impertinent hand prevented her advances. Her eyes are really big and glistening with moisture, and staring right into my own with a soft gaze that I'm having a hard time to match. Rin's half-open mouth makes her look even more confused. Now I feel sad, although the sensual way her lips are aching is signaling something completely different. My heart's just dropped. Please. I need you. I will. Now that just sounds like bullshit. After all the crap you said to me, Rin, that sounds like complete BS. The words come from her throat as a coarse whisper meant only for me, bypassing her tongue and teeth without giving them any chance to interpret. They sober me in an instant, and I clumsily flinch back to get a little bit of distance between us, painfully scraping against my desk in the process. Maybe it's her choice of words, maybe the way she says it, but something in it puts me off. Something is wrong. Something is terribly wrong again. Need me for what? All the unpleasant feelings emerge again, and I feel my heartbeat suddenly increasing, at least tenfold. Rin's eyes go out of focus and back again as her body relaxes from its tense state, and she stands upright again. I don't think I was thinking about anything. Why do you draw patterns in that dust on your night table? There is a word for that kind of thing, but I can't remember. Her remark almost throws me off track. Off track? Keep it together, Panda. This is dramatic time. And I glance over her shoulder at the small table next to my bed, but I can't see anything from the distance. So she needs me for nothing specific? Just happened to come by because she thought I'd be glad to see her after she shut me out. No complaints accepted for a week. Completely altruistic motives? Felt like it? Bullshit. I can answer myself. To play mind games with whenever you want. To kiss whenever you want. To ignore whenever you want. To fulfill your whims whenever you want. Is that it? What you need me for? My voice is sounding very angry again, even to myself. Good. Rin too finally catches the mood, and her curious expression changes instantly to something more uncharacteristic. No. She leaves it at that, her eyes restlessly wandering around, searching the room as if the words she tries to find were written in the tapestries of my walls. Then what? I needed to paint. Of course, that's what artists do. The words reverberate through my being, beating in my blood over the piercing whistle of my anger. Don't give me that, Rin. I'm not some damn nurse of yours. Muse of yours. Free to play with for the sake of painting. I am not some medium for whatever you aspire to. I am me. So what if I don't know anything about my future? There's things I want and things I care about. Even I can dream of things other than nightmares. I'm yelling, but I'm way past the point of caring about things like that. Rin looks down at her toes and wiggles them, a little melancholically while she takes in my outburst without saying anything to defend herself. Only after I have finished does she try to respond somehow. I can't do anything else, or I can do all sorts of things, but I can't do. It's the only thing I sort of do properly, most of the time. I understand completely. Art first, everything else second, or thousandth. What about me? Am I nothing? When I was interested in art, did that make you feel like I was a little interesting for a little while? Tell me, I really want to know. Did you ever think about my perspective, or is it just all you? The words rise like bile in my throat. She looks alarmed and almost completely uncomprehending, as if she doesn't understand what I'm angry about. I can't believe she could be so stupid. I didn't want to. This time it's Rin who interrupts herself in mid-sentence. Don't you understand? I can't. Can't what? You never explain. How am I supposed to understand anything if you never say anything? Why don't you ever talk? Say something! But she doesn't. Venting my anger at her feels satisfying. It feels wrong to take so much satisfaction in it, but I can't stop. Not wanting to face my anger head on, Rin turns around to steadfastly look out of my window even though there is nothing to look at. The worst of my air gone. I shut up as I can't be bothered to keep on yelling at the back of her head, so silence finally returns. I try to discern some hints of her reaction through my adrenaline-distorted vision. My feedback was not the best kind, but I hope Rin got the clue that she just can't ignore everything else whenever she feels like it. I'd hate it if she didn't. She never ever listens to anything, so she's unaffected by the world around her. Not this time, it seems. Her body is shaking, like from holding back tears, but I already know that Rin is not crying. Her indifference made me so furious. Now that it's gone, I'm at a loss. I wonder, did I go too far? Look, go away. Go away, Hisao. Her voice is tiny and tired as she says this, but I hear the words clear as day. What is there to say anymore? This is my room. The blunt, hollow remark is a fitting conclusion for this unpleasant discussion that became an even more unpleasant and very one-sided yelling match. After a moment of collecting herself, Rin just gives up. I can see it from the way she slumps her shoulders and walks out. Even though she deliberately looks to the other direction, I can see how she's biting the corner of her lip so hard it might start bleeding if she won't stop. As she makes her exit, I realise that she left the door open when she came in, and my yelling must have echoed around the dorm hallways. I sigh. Now that she's gone, I am left alone with my guilt. As the thumping in my chest slowly subdues, anxiety replaces it. Somehow, I feel that none of this would have ever happened if not for me. No matter how infuriating, unbearable, and outrageous Rin is, she is not the Rin I thought I knew. The Rin that I expected Rin to be. Was it me who caused all this by talking Rin into taking her chances with the exhibition? Am I directly responsible for Rin becoming like she has been for the past weeks? I can't think of any other explanation for her weird behaviour than the exhibition and all the things that came along with it. Maybe it was the only way that could have brought us closer, but all it did was separate us further away from each other, and now beyond the reach of either of us. I bang my head against the wall. I know that feel. Twice to make sure it hurts. I know that feel again. Man, now is not the time for happy Katawa Shoujo music. This is horrible. Is there no happy ending to Rin? Like, I swear I made the right decisions. This is horrible. A headache is relentlessly thumping against the back of my head as I push open the door to the 22nd corner. Apart from that, I'm perfectly calm. After venting on Rin all that anger that I had bottled inside, it felt like a great weight had been lifted from my heart. The tension that had grasped my mind for the past few weeks faded away without leaving even a shadow behind. As this nearly zen-like state of enlightenment, I realised that perhaps it was a bad idea to yell at her like that. You don't say, Hisao. You don't say. You never yell. No matter how much you want to, you never yell at a girl like that. I am telling you, you will never win. No matter how much, look, instantly you will feel, wow, I fucking won that. But give it 10 minutes or so, and the pang of guilt will just fill your insides up like no tomorrow. Trust me, the girl always wins. I really meant it, but what good does blowing up like that do? Nothing. I am not like that. I don't normally yell at people. I don't know why I did yesterday. So I kept feeling really guilty about it and wanting to take my words back. Rin is probably upset too, even more than my own behaviour. Her reaction shocked me. I always thought of her as unchanging, detached from her surroundings, so that seeing my yelling get her so upset felt out of place. I wonder if she understands how I feel. I'm just going to pause the recording here just to make sure that it is recording, and then I'll be right back! And I am right back! In Rin's world, everything seems to be so absolute and subjective. Absolutely subjective. As if she was completely unable to see things from other points of view than her own. But ultimately, is anyone able to do it? Maybe objectively and altruism. I don't understand that word, but I said it before and I'm just going to roll with it. Are just illusions for people who like to think of themselves as compassionate. Just like art is an illusion for people who think reality is merely a veil for something greater. Even when you stop thinking that the world revolves around you, or start thinking outside of that mythical box, you are just inside another bigger box that you can't escape. Now you're starting to sound like Rin. Maybe that ultimately makes her like the rest of us. Oh, did I see Rin there? Wait, no, there! 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 I stepped through the door to find a gallery full of illusioned people. Despite Say's remarks during my earlier visits, I always thought it was very spacious, but now when it's crowded like this, it looks positively cramped. I immediately noticed Say standing in the middle of a lively discussion, busily chattering with some old gentleman. Yes, I quite like this painting over here. Yes. Oh yes, this was one of the earlier pieces. Late 1980s. Rin has called it unanimous. Yes, quite a lovely piece, this one. Oh yes, I love this one. May I take this one for 500,000 pounds, please? I do the worst English accent ever. British, whatever. She's actually pretty tall and kinda cool looking, so she stands out in the crowd. There are a few dozen wine glasses laid on the tables along the back wall, filled with burgundy liquid. A vast majority of the guests are sipping from their own glasses. Socialites and art connoisseurs are mingling happily, exchanging mild opinions about Rin's art, which seems to be a secondary object of interest for most. I feel distanced, excluded from the other people here. I can't claim even at a stretch to be a social chameleon, so this situation is quite unnerving. Since I don't blend into the crowd at all, I just fake that I do, trying to look as cool and smooth as I can, and failing at that and looking as retarded and nerdy as possible. I wonder how Rin is handling all this. If it was me, I would be quite freaked out. Throwing the anxiety aside, I try to carefully navigate through the crowd, stealing peeks at the framed paintings now hanging on the walls. Where's the one with the lady mopping the floor? Rin's exhibition takes about half of the gallery's wall space. Some paintings are less familiar than others, but I recognise most of them. Some I've seen being created at the club meetings after all, or remember from the time when Rin was choosing her portfolio. I noticed that a couple of the unfinished paintings are framed on the wall as well. Maybe that's what they call coincidental art? Even Rin's failures, if you can call them that, but exhibits of her skill, quite paradoxical. She herself is nowhere to be seen, which is strange because even though it's crowded, the gallery is pretty small. It's fine, sort of. I don't know how to face her after yesterday. Maybe I shouldn't have even come. But I promised various people, Rin included, that I would, so damn. It sounds like I do the things I do because some kind of instinctual properness compels me to, not because it would be sensible or not. I sneak closer to say to wait for a lull in the conversation so I can chat her up too. You can't chat up like a 36-year-old woman, that's kind of creepy. I mean, yeah, she's a bit of a cougar, but come on. Maybe, no, she's not really a cougar at 36. She's just an older woman. Even though her voice is almost completely buried under the general background noise, I hear bits and pieces of her talking about Rin. Yes, she is a high schooler at a local school, even though she's graduating next year. I'm sure various art schools would be interested in. I thought it'd be interesting to have an exhibition of someone who is still in early stages of development. It's so strange. It's like Rin is some kind of mini celebrity, even though this is nothing but a small exhibition opening at a small art gallery of a small town. In fact, there is a friend of mine from... It's Hisao! Oh, wait, no, wait. I can guarantee you I know who this is. It's Hisao! My eavesdropping is interrupted by a familiar voice and a familiar slap to the back. I don't need to guess the source of either, even without turning around. Oh, it was Emmy. I thought it was going to be. To be quite honest, for some fucked up reason, I thought it was going to be Misha. But no, I should have really thought it was going to be Emmy. What's up, Amy? What's up, girl? Hi. Are you like a representative of the art club or something? I don't see anyone else from the school here. I don't know really. I guess I am if that's the case. What about what about you? What about me? Oh, now you sounding to start like Rin. Sounding to start like Rin. The fuck? Dyslexia. You didn't think I'm interested in art? Is that it, Hisao? No, that's not what well, maybe a little, if you put it that way. I mean, even though you hang out with Rin, I've never heard you talk about art with her, so... Emi huffs and looks around her, looking discontented. It's true, I don't get it at all, but she came to my track meet, so I thought it's only fair to return this favour. She leans closer, trying to look confidential, but only managing to look inspiring. Do you get art? No, I don't. At all. Full stop. Period. My emphasizing headshake draws a giggle and a cheery headshake of her own out of Emmy. Me neither. Hey, let's go talk with Rin. I bet you haven't yet because I haven't either. Come on. Oh, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be very, very bad. Oh lordy. Here she is. Oh good. Oh god. This is gonna be so bad. Oh, I can see it now. She's gonna explode. She's gonna tell me to fuck off. I'm gonna leave, and then the whole thing's just gonna go to shit. Before she has a chance to forcefully drag me to Rin, Namaya appears behind her with Rin in his tow. She's not dressed up for the occasion, instead opting for the usual school uniform and unkempt hair. Just like Rin. Maybe her natural look is what suits her best. Hello teacher, hi Rin. Unfazed, Emmy greets the teacher cheerfully, causing him to turn around and look down confusedly. Who are you? I'm Emmy from school. Class 3-4, don't you remember? She looks positively shocked at the prospect that there could be a person who doesn't know her. Oh, sorry. You are in the same class as Tezuka is, right? Yeah. You'll have to pardon me, I have trouble remembering students who don't take art. Don't mind, don't mind. Hi Rin. Hello. Congratulations for your super cool art thing. I'm sure you'll be a big hit. She throws her arms into the air for boisterous emphasis, almost hitting me in the face. Oh god. I don't really want to say this next part. And look! Hisao came too! I bet you're really excited about that! Rin doesn't look at me, nor does she greet me. Congratulations, Rin. She keeps averting her gaze, pointedly looking at her sandals. Oblivious to the tension between us and ignorant of what happened yesterday, Emmy keeps on blabbering about this and that to the unresponsive Rin. I guess she's used to not getting much out of her at times. Before long, Namaya and Sei turn to Rin, introducing her. Expecting it, I catch the second of confusion when she guests see her arms. Sei is luckily on the ball and briefly explains about our school. Doubtful faces quickly change to curious. Would you mind telling us something about your art? I thought that the development is quite easily noticeable. What do you yourself think of the differences between the older and more current works? It's quite rare for someone so young to dabble into abstraction. It would have been interesting to see how you work. Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. I assume you use your feet? Must have been great trouble to learn it. You should be proud. Will you be pursuing a career as an artist after school? She is bombarded with so many questions, she can't even hope to answer all of them. Maybe that's for the best. Rin tends to talk nonsense more than occasionally. So where do you get your ideas? That's the fifth worst. Rin keeps stumbling with her words, looking more and more vexed by the expectant inquiries. Everyone is waiting for her to say something, but she looks like Cat got her tongue. Each question piling up just adds to her distress. I failed to hear the question that is proverbial one too many. It's like a mortar sword. Oh god. And she's down on the ground. Rin just freezes, for a long, long second until she falls on her knees, hitting the floor ungracefully like a sack of potatoes. Are you alright? I don't know. Tezuka, what's wrong, girl? Don't know what's wrong. A terrible silence falls upon the people gathered around Rin. Everyone is petrified, not knowing how to react to her sudden seizure or something. She breathes with deep, trembling gasps as if she was running out of air, staring ahead of herself with hollow eyes. Seeing that nobody does anything, I force myself to step to Rin and lift her up from the floor, letting her lean against me to keep standing. Would you like some fresh air? Okay, let's go outside for a bit. Don't even wait for her to answer before grasping her shoulder and pulling her past the stunned-looking Namaya, Sei, Emmy, and Guess. Excuse us. That was a very gentlemanly-like thing for you to do, Hisao. I commend you on that. Well done. Good job. Good job. The cool evening breeze hits my face at the door. Hits my face! I let go of Rin and she leans against the stone wall, trying to catch her breath. Are you alright? couldn't say anything. Rin is still not looking at me, so I look away too. The street lights and coloured neon signs twist my vision into a blur of near blindness, forcing me to look back. At least she talks, even if she's not directing her words to me. What did you want to say? Oh, here come the yawns! Maybe both of us can imagine that we are talking to an invisible friend. I don't know. Something that would have meant something. The silence lasts for a long time. I don't feel comfortable being alone with Rin. I am not good at imagining things that don't exist, do, or that things that exist don't. Huh? We should go back in. The guests they invited are in there. They probably want to meet you and talk with you. You know, ask you questions and stuff about those paintings you worked so hard for. I don't want them to ask me questions like that. I can never say the right things. What do you want then? That someone wouldn't have to ask questions from me. Wait, what? That someone wouldn't have to ask questions? That someone wouldn't have to ask questions from me. But if you found someone like that, then what? But aren't you happy people are interested in your paintings? Okay. This more or less seems like the saving grace option, so I'm either gonna completely fuck it up, or this could potentially change things around and we might actually get some smiles from Rin. I don't know, but I immediately, as soon as I saw the options, I immediately sounded like I was going to go with, but if you found someone like that, then what? Aren't you happy people are interested? No. See, we've tried this before, and it doesn't go down well. I mean, like, questions similar to this we've tried, but it just didn't work well. So we're gonna go with that. But if you found someone like that, then what? You really think that it would be some kind of be-all, end-all thing, star-crossed lovers and happily ever after? My question is met with a blank stare, the darkness in her eyes unfazed by the thinly veiled bitterness. No, I don't think that. But at least then I wouldn't have to be alone. She whispers the words to the lights of the town, but I hear them anyway. I shouldn't have done this. Not yet. The exhibition? She nods and closes her eyes, breathing calmly out as if to prove she can, and then continues talking to herself. Why? Wrong conjunction of the planets? No, not that. I double checked and I got up with the left foot and did everything else. Right. That's me. I was wrong. She stands straight and stretches before stepping past me out onto the... Jesus Christ, into the street. Wait, where are you going? She stops on her tracks and turns around, looking at me quizzically. School. I'm leaving. What? Why? Because I want to be me. Rin walks off, leaving me behind, utterly confused. Rin! Something she said really touched me, or maybe it was the way she said it, or maybe it was because she did actually touch you. Maybe it was the fact that she said it. I want to say something back to her, before I forget this feeling again. As if granting me a wish, Rin stops in her tracks. She doesn't turn around, just keeps waiting for me to say what I want to, even though I didn't have time to think what. Rin, listen, I don't believe you have to be alone, even if you never meet anyone like that. I don't know if she heard my word, but either way, she doesn't react in any way. For the final time, she starts walking away from the gallery. So, where's Suzuka? I can only shake my head, but as it doesn't seem to be a sufficient answer, I have to say something. She ran away. What? The horrific realization spreads on his face like wildfire. This is a fiasco! Catastrophe! What is that girl thinking? The most important event of her life and she just runs off? And you! Why didn't you stop her? I'm going to hold you personally responsible. Say interrupts him, holding her hands up calmly. It's good she intervened. The teacher was starting to get a few weird looks from the nearby guests. Now, Shinichi, she probably just had stage fright. I don't know her as well as you people do, but I did get the image that she is somewhat peculiar. This kind of thing can happen. It'll be fine. I'll explain that she suddenly became ill. The guests will surely understand. But look around you. Everyone seems to be rather happy with their free wine and chit-chat. Yeah, as long as I've got free booze, they'll be fine. The guests will be fine, but we are missing on opportunities here. Networking, making contracts and acquaintances. As the adults keep arguing about something that can't be helped, Emi tugs my sleeve to get my attention. She doesn't look very happy. Come on. Yeah. We're going to find Ren and kick her ass. What? I can't believe it. She's so stupid. That Ren, how can she do this? I'm telling you, she doesn't have a bit of common sense in her head. Emi is seriously angry, only missing steam rising from her hips. I guess I understand Emi. She is that kind of a person. Giver. Has never felt like a part of her vocabulary, and maybe she feels it shouldn't be a part of anyone else's. Okay. It's probably best to leave her alone for tonight. What? Are you a Rin expert now? She takes a firm stance and puts her hands on her hips confrontingly. I thought she wants to pick a fight with me too. No, I don't think that's even possible in the first place. I just don't think kicking her ass would do her any good. My melancholic remark surprisingly works, as Emi slumps her shoulders a little in sighs. I know that. You do? The last time I did that, it changed nothing. The ride back to school was an empty late night bus is silent. Both of us staring at the lights flashing past the windows without saying a word. The nightly grounds are quiet, lit only by the moon and yellow lampposts. We say our good nights in front of the dormitory. Emi, reflexively clenching her fist, compels me to ensure that she won't assault Rim the moment I let her out of my sight. Promise me to not go scold her. She looks up at me, her eyes again flaring with anger that I match with as calming a stare as I can. It's only easy to face an angry woman if we are not the target of her ire. I think it's air. After a minute of the mismatched staring contest, she sighs and shakes her head in defeat. You are too nice, Hisao. Did you know that? Hints of a smile are tugging the corners of her mouth as she says that, and she seems a lot more relaxed. Oh, I know what you're like, Emi. I know what you're like in bed too. What a sudden change of mood. Maybe she wasn't as angry as it seemed to begin with. Maybe her moods change easily. If I was, I would have let you have your way. Does that mean you are only nice to Rin? Both of us are hiding our concern behind empty jokes, but at least it puts me in a good mood. Emi's good at putting people in good moods, I have to give her that. Emi waggles her eyebrows with a half-amused smirk, trying to push my buttons. Not gonna work. No, it just means I'm not nice only to you. Hey! Good night, Emi. No. Katawa Shoujo. So I think I did choose the right option there. It seems to have kind of lightened up the mood a tiny bit, even though the majority of mood lightening was done by Emi and her happiness. But I think it's slowly, taking a turn for the better. Finally. So I don't know how much longer I have to go of the path here, but one would assume that we are relatively close because we are in Act 4 and I did do an hour long, so maybe I'll do next episode I'll just continue the rest of whatever I've got left and I'll just make that one episode. That is, of course, if it's less than an hour. If it's more than an hour, then I'm going to have to split it up and do that, because otherwise my recording fails and I get really pissed off because I have to record it again. But anyway guys, I was basically just stalling there for the last 30 seconds trying to knock it over to an hour, and I have successfully done that. So I bid you a farewell until the next time, and I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll talk to you guys next part. Bye!